You only get one shot to explain your asylum case to the officer or judge, so you've got to make the most of your opportunity. Your asylum interview or court hearing is your chance to show exactly how you meet all of the asylum requirements and to make a favorable impression so that you can win your case, so that you can stay safe and stay in the United States. There's a ton riding on this single day. It's a high stakes performance. And unfortunately, a lot can go wrong. Believe me, as an asylum officer with the government, I saw all kinds of ways to mess up an asylum case, and I spotted some problems that kept coming up over and over again. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 9 ways to completely fail your USA asylum interview. I want you to be aware of these common pitfalls so that you can avoid them on the day of your interview or immigration court hearing. And stick with me to the end of the list because the last one, number 9, is the most important. I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. Let me know in the comments if you've got an asylum case pending or maybe you're considering applying, and I'd especially like to hear from you if you've been waiting for an asylum interview for multiple years. All right, let's get to the list of 9 common problems at the asylum interview or hearing that can lead to a denial of your case. Number 1, attempting to control the interview. It's a grave error to enter the asylum interview with the intent to control the dialogue. Understand that the interview is not a platform for a monologue, but rather a structured Q&A. Trying to dictate the interview's pace or direction can frustrate the officer and impede the natural flow of information. Remember, the officer leads the process, asking specific questions to understand your claim fully, and your role is to follow their lead, provide clear answers, and not try to dominate the interview. All right, asylum interview mistake number 2, letting the officer or judge's demeanor impact your performance. Listen, some asylum officers are friendly while others are jerks. It doesn't matter. You've got a job to do, which is to tell your story in a way that addresses all of the elements of asylum eligibility while you're answering questions. And you can't get lulled into a false sense of security by a pleasant officer and think that, well, okay, this person seems to like me, I'm sure they'll give me asylum, and then not put forth your best effort. On the other hand, you can't let the officer bully you or throw you off your game. You've got to stay even-keeled and execute your plan, no matter how the asylum officer treats you. Number 3, dressing inappropriately. Appearances should not matter, but in reality, they can influence perceptions. Dressing too casually or too ostentatiously can send the wrong message. Some applicants make the mistake of dressing in a way that underplays the seriousness of the interview, while others overdo it, attempting to dress to impress, but then feeling very uncomfortable because they're not used to it. Now, the middle ground, just clean, modest, and professional, this is your safest bet, demonstrating that you take the proceedings seriously without going overboard. By the way, if you want to maximize your chances for asylum success, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you don't miss the insights that I share on this channel. Okay, number 4 on our list of ways to mess up your asylum interview is losing your composure. An asylum interview is a high-pressure situation, especially when recounting past trauma. However, allowing emotions to take over is a significant error. While it's understood that the topics are sensitive, maintaining composure is vital. Becoming overly emotional can cloud your ability to provide clear answers and can make it difficult for the officer to discern facts. Practicing telling your story ahead of time can help with this. Next up, number 5, fabricating or exaggerating your story. The urge to make your story more compelling by adding false details or exaggerating can be strong, especially if you feel that the truth maybe is not quite dramatic enough. This is a mistake, though, to avoid at all costs. Asylum officers are trained to spot inconsistencies and deception. Be forthcoming with the truth, and if there are parts of your story that you don't remember or are unsure about, it's better to say so than to risk your credibility with a lie. All right, number 6, losing focus. The asylum interview's length and detail-oriented nature are taxing. Losing your focus can lead to you providing inconsistent or incomplete answers, and this can happen when you're mentally exhausted. You gotta make a real effort to stay present, to stay focused, answering every single question with care. Consider the interview a test of endurance and prepare to stay engaged, regardless of how long it takes. Okay, the 7th way to mess up your asylum interview is not asking for a break. We've said that you need to maintain your focus over a long period of time and that you're going to be talking about traumatic incidents, possibly to a hostile audience. And this is exhausting. You should not hesitate to ask for a quick break when you get tired or become emotional or just feel overwhelmed. Just say, hey, can we please take a quick bathroom break? This will allow you to rest for a minute and to gather your composure. Also, I recommend that you take a snack with you, like a granola bar, to eat during the break. It's hard to focus when you're hungry. All right, next up, number 8. Over-reliance on documentation. Now, a common misstep is relying too much on the documents that you submitted with your application. While they are important, nothing replaces the verbal testimony that you provide during the interview. Some applicants make the error of referring the officer to their documents instead of answering questions directly. The officer needs to hear from you in your own words, as the documents are there to corroborate your oral testimony, not replace it. You cannot assume that a fact will be taken into consideration just because it's among the evidence that you submitted. Rather, you've got to tell the officer everything they need to know at your asylum interview. Okay, we're ready for the last one, number 9, not hiring an asylum lawyer. An experienced asylum lawyer can help you avoid all the pitfalls that we've already discussed. They can prepare you for your interview in a way that will allow you to head into your big day with confidence. The confidence that comes from practice and from getting expert advice on how exactly to frame your story. Also, an asylum lawyer can ensure that your rights are protected on the day of your interview and can advocate for you. They can help ensure that the officer sees exactly how you meet all of the asylum requirements, and that you deserve a grant of asylum. Listen, this case is too important to your future not to get every advantage that you can, and having an asylum lawyer can be a massive advantage. If you're ready to take the next step and get help with your asylum case, then please call my office today. Remember, we help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you live. Call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can help you secure your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your asylum journey.